Hey, Tim Sykes here, and I just have this special message for all of you guys who follow me on YouTube. I'm very grateful for everybody who follows me here and watches the video lessons, but if you want to take your game to the next level, if you take your education seriously, go sign up timothysykes.com/plans, and you can see here, you go to this page, daily watch list, real-time alerts, chat room access, market commentary. Look at this. I don't even have it properly punctuated. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to dress this all up. This is what I do every single day. And frankly, a lot of you guys are trying to cheap out on your education. You're like, well, I don't need to pay Tim. I can learn everything free. Listen, if you cheap out on your education, it will cost you more in the long run. I post a lot of stuff for free on YouTube, but there is so much more. I have 4,000 plus video lessons. And if you watch it all, you have better odds of becoming my next millionaire student. And this is not just to get you guys to follow my alerts. I don't want you following alerts. I'm not one of these bullshit chat rooms that buys these low float stocks and sells them seconds later and says, oh, look how easy it is. They have 0 millionaire students. And even those that claim to have some, they show a screenshot here or there. All of my millionaire students and I show every single trade, including our losses, publicly. I even show my income tax returns publicly. So this is just a little message for you guys if you want to take your education to the next level. Watching a free video every now and then, sure, that's good, okay? I'm not going to fault you for that. But at the same time, if you truly want to become a millionaire, and that's what I want. I have an upcoming TV show, upcoming book. I want more millionaire students. It's all a question of how dedicated can you be. And 4,000 plus video lessons sounds like a lot. They're 5 minutes each. We're talking a little over 300 hours. But I will say that every single one of my top students has seen every single one of my video lessons. Some of them, like Mark Crook, who just passed 700,000 in profits, has watched all my video lessons 4 times. And he says, sometimes it takes time to really understand the patterns and the rules in the lessons. So you could cheap out on your education and learn everything on your own, but it's going to take so much more time and effort. The market will teach you. And the market doesn't always teach you very simple lessons. You don't realize the lessons until you lose a lot. So I have people who say, oh, Tim, I'm just going to learn on my own. I'm going to trade on my own. I don't really need to learn. I don't need to pay you anything. And then they lose $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 on their own. And I hate that. I hate hearing these stories. It's not about I told you so. I just want more successful students. And I cannot guarantee you profits. 90% plus of traders lose money. So understand that this is a tough game. Nothing in life worth doing is easy. But I will tell you that I will show you every single thing that I've learned over the years. And that can only help aid you in your profit journey, in your educational journey. Because all of my top students are self-sufficient. They don't have to follow alerts. They don't have to rely on, what's a hot stock in play. They know the process. So this is my begging you. And frankly, I'm about to upload a 30-minute video lesson for my premium subscribers about the hottest stocks that are in play right now. And this coming week, we have a lot of stocks in play, and I'm not going to post it to YouTube. And a lot of you guys are going to be confused, and I don't want that. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, do your future self a favor. Go sign up, timothysykes.com/plans. Check it out. You'll get a watch list every single night. Sometimes, before the market opens by like 5 hours, sometimes like 10 hours before. You'll have plenty of time to prepare. You'll also get real-time alerts, chat room access, and market commentary throughout the day. It's not just about watch lists and alerts. Okay, trading, a lot of it is adapting to what's working. And I throw out a lot of ideas. I say potential trade here. I will ignore this stock now, watch this key level. So you have to constantly be studying the market. And that's what my top students and I do. That's why we have nearly 1,500 people now in the chat room, the largest chat room for low price stocks. It's a great way not to follow alerts from anybody. Again, that's not the way to make millions, but for idea generation. And you say, hey, this looks like an interesting stock. People are reposting news, sharing stocks that are breaking out to new highs. Stuff like that. So no one's forcing you, if you don't want to, if you're broke, I get it. But at the same time, if you are truly serious about making 7 figures, The more you study, the more you utilize all of these educational tools that my team and I work very hard on. I have 40 plus employees now. I don't think you guys realize it. I know there are some like newbies out there who claim to be teachers like, oh, I'm amazing. I've been trading for 1, 2, 3, 4 years. They haven't made millions of dollars. They don't have millionaire students. So I'd be very cautious about learning from the wrong people. It is actually not just bad, it's actually dangerous to learn from newbies who haven't personally made millions of dollars before they ever got started teaching and who have not seen other kinds of market environments. Frankly, a lot of people who are learning to trade right now, they're learning bad stuff. It might work right now in this hot market, but if a bear market comes, and inevitably will, they will get crushed. They are not prepared. They're trading with sketchy offshore brokers using leverage, trying to escape the PDT. Let me just tell you the PDT rule, because a lot of you guys trade with under $25,000 and you're like, oh, Tim, I can only make 3-day trades per week. That's more than enough if you learn to really focus on the best setups that can grow your account exponentially. The key to making millions of dollars is not making $20 here, $50 here, $10 here, and scalping, and then complaining how the PDT limits you. It's about waiting for the best setups. And those only come maybe once or twice a week. One of my students, Jason, made $1,700 last week, Jason W. in the chat room, and he was like, wow, I only made 2 trades and I made $1,700. So it was stress-free and profitable. Some of you guys think that you need to trade every second, every day. You're trading breaking news. You're using terrible brokers like Robinhood because you think that you're saving on commissions. Meanwhile, you're getting fucked on executions and terrible, terrible services. I've heard such horror stories about that. You get what you pay for, okay? You can't cheap out on your education. You can't cheap out on your brokerage. You can't cheat your way to success. I know that a lot of you guys hit me up. What's the minimum amount that I can put in and still become a millionaire? What's the littlest amount of effort that I can put in and still be successful? Those are the wrong questions. It's because you don't have the proper mindset. And as difficult as it is for me to create millionaires from scratch, it's impossible for me to create millionaires if you have the wrong mindset. If you think that trading is going to be something that's easy and you're like, well, everyone in Forex says that it's so easy. 5 out of 6 traders who trade Forex blow up within their first 6 months if you actually look at the nasty stats, okay? E-Trade makes it seem all nice and easy with like a little dancing baby. If that baby were actually a real thing and the baby were trying to trade, the baby would be slaughtered in week 1 because first of all, babies can't trade, but second of all, this is a battlefield, okay? It is a bloody, bloody battlefield. And to do well on the battlefield, you have to actually not just be like, Hacksaw Ridge and say, oh, I'm not going to fight. If you want to be on this battlefield, you need to be armed with the best tools. Otherwise, you are approaching a gunfight with a knife and you will get wrecked. I don't care how good you are with your knife. And in this analogy that I think actually works, Robin Hood is the knife. You come to the battlefield with a shitty broker or an offshore broker that could collapse at any time and is not FDIC insured. And I know E-Trade, which is my preferred broker, only accepts U.S. residents. I'm sorry. Interactive Brokers is better for international people. And I'm sorry that Interactive Brokers doesn't have smaller minimums. Save up. A lot of you guys shouldn't even be trading right away. You have to be studying. You have to think of yourself like a med student. Med students don't say, hey, year 1 of medical school, hey, when are we going to operate? I'm ready to break somebody open and let's see what's going on in there. No, med students have to study for years, if not decades, before they actually begin operating. Otherwise, they're going to kill their patients. You guys who are kind of like med students in the form of the stock market, you will kill your patient, aka your trading account, if you trade too much, if you have a shitty broker, if you have the wrong mindset, if you take bad setups. There are so many bad things that can happen to you in this industry. And frankly, I was very fortunate to make a lot of money and get started in the tech bubble of 99 and 2000. But along the way, over the past 18, 19 years, I've made so many boneheaded mistakes. My goal every day for you is to be the mentor to you that I never had. So I'm here in your corner. My interests are aligned with you. I don't want you over trading. I don't own some sketchy prop firm hedge fund, okay? I don't want you in the wrong broker, because I've seen what happens when people join these sketchy prop firms. People like Oliver Velez, where him and his partner just closed their prop firm out of the blue one day, and I had about a dozen of my students who had money with them lose everything. Very, very dangerous to go with these sketchy little firms, and you have no recourse because you've signed these long ass agreements that you don't even know what it says, but it basically protects whoever is taking your money from any kind of liability. This is why I use and recommend E-Trade and Interactive Brokers, both billion-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar companies that are FDIC insured. Okay, so if anything happens, if the whole country goes under, then there's nothing you can do. But aside from that, if there's any issue with the broker, my money is protected. And I think that if we do get into a bear market, if regulations do come in, which they should for these brokers, a lot of people with these sketchy little brokers, doesn't matter how good of a trader you are, you will lose everything. And you will be out of trading, you'll be missing opportunities, you'll be bitter, so it's my job to warn you. So I show you this stuff, and this quick little video doesn't even include the hot stocks that I'm watching for this week. It just kind of gives you an idea into my mindset to protect you and make you money, because all I want are more successful students. Hold up, let me show you something. I know there are fakers out there who show like 1 or 2 testimonials and they post a screenshot here or there. Here are some tweets. This is just from the past 10 days of people who have tweeted me, some random stuff. And I'll just pick, any random tweet, and people who are, saying, look at this guy. Shorted and covered PRKR. Thanks Tim Grittani and Tim Sykes for your tutoring. Grittani webinars are solid. Lot to learn. And I agree. Grittani gives exclusive webinars to my Trading Challenge students. I'm going to follow you, James. Dead on, man. I love this, okay? Making $1,400 in one day because he's studied. Good job, James. And there's a lot of them. This is just from March. This is just 10 days worth of tweets of people who have tweeted me. You want to see February? Hold up. Look at this. On the weekends, I like to go back through the past few days, especially since I've been traveling, and just look through my chat room and see what people are saying and pick out certain ones. Look at this guy. Mike made $210 and the alert on Stocks to Trade. Stocks to Trade is software that you should be using. These are all from February in my chat room. Just so you see, every single one of these people is making money. These are just little testimonials that I have personally, manually plucked out of my chat rooms. James Dean, look at this. 300 green on PULM, 91 on ETRM, 43 on XGTI, $434 today and $927 yesterday, $1,300 for the week. That's what it takes, okay? I'm not teaching you strategies that are going to make you tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. But if you learn to make $1,300 per week, that's $50,000 to $75,000 per year. And if you do that part-time, that's fantastic. Or, you could trade bigger. Here's Hams KC, just passed the PDT rule, and he made $2,500 and his account is over $25,000. And he started with $7,500. I think actually now in March, I think he said that he just passed $35,000. So $7,500 to $35,000 in about 7 months. That's pretty damn good. And I want you to see that these people are real. This is what my chat room, and these are just a few, things that I plucked from the chat room. And here are all the tweets from February of people who have made a lot of money. Just pick random ones. I have no idea what this is. This guy's finished American Hedge Fund, and he's learned a lot. Good, I like that. He gets a follow. I have a book, An American Hedge Fund. You can read it for free, too. You can see that I'm real. There are benefits of being real in this industry. There are people out there who have fake testimonials, fake screenshots. They don't have that many. Look at this. This is like overwhelming. These are just freaking tweets. And here's challenge student testimonials. This was even more. Look at this. Carrie made $220 the other day. So I want you to understand what I'm all about. I want more successful students. And YouTube, while you guys have started, it's not the end all be all of your education. Go to timothysykes.com/plans. Get in my chat room. Get the watch list. Get the alerts. Get the video lessons. Really take your education seriously, because that is how you take it to the next level. And the prices that we have here are ridiculously low, okay? So if you think that you want a future in the stock market, if you think that you want to make 6 or 7 figures a year, you're going to have to work your ass for it. Okay? It's not going to be easy. It is a journey. Even my top student, Tim Grattani, who's taken $1,500 now and turned it to over $4 million in 5 years, was not consistently profitable for the first 9 months. So if he's not consistently profitable for the first 9 months, guess how you're going to do? You need to take this seriously. You need to come to this battlefield armed properly. And knowledge is armor. Experience is armor. But if you don't have experience, at least you can learn from my past history lessons. I'm basically a glorified history teacher. And that, while it's not perfect education, it will help you understand the patterns better and the rules of the game, because you always have to be adapting. And those of you who are already my subscribers, get excited for tonight, because I have a ridiculous watch list and I'm about to post this 30-minute video lesson talking about all of these stocks and how one of the main patterns has actually changed in the past few days. And a lot of people who just think that this is easy and you're just going to memorize a pattern, you don't have to keep adapting, they are getting crushed right now. So don't make the mistake of treating this like it's like this little game where it's so easy. This is not easy. Becoming a millionaire is not easy, but nothing worth doing is easy. And beside the money that my top students and I make, it's about the journey and the self-sufficiency and the self-confidence that comes along with having knowledge and a skill set and knowing that you can do this from anywhere in the world. Tim Grattani, 1,500 into 4 million, he just moved to the Caribbean with his beautiful wife. Why? Because he can. Mark Crook actually just had a baby who just passed 700,000 in profits. He left his cubicle job, now lives in Miami Beach with his wife, and now he has a new baby. And he's helping me coach. This is the beautiful thing. I bring up these students not just to brag about my success stories, but because they also help me mentor others. We have a very strong sense of community. So I encourage you to join it, and I look forward to teaching you, only if you have the right attitude. If you just want hot stock picks, if you think that education is worthless, don't bother signing up. We don't want you in our community. We don't want you in our chat room. There's nothing, bad. I don't have anything against you. You're just not right for a student, for me. Because as I've said, as tough as it is for me to create millionaires from scratch, it's impossible if you don't have the right mindset and the right dedication. I'm sorry, I've been teaching for nearly a decade now. I know what works and what doesn't. So if you don't have it, be honest with yourself and be honest with me. Don't waste my time, don't waste your time. But if you do want to change your life and you are willing to study hard, take your game up to the next level, go sign up here, watch these video lessons, be in the chat room, read my watch list, try to understand my mindset, never follow my alerts or anybody else's alerts, and learn to be self-sufficient. That's what I got for you today. I hope you guys have the good rest of the weekend. Tomorrow and this week is going to be crazy. Wait till you see my watch list tonight.